Hi, assignment 3, part 2. Okay, so we have change of cat venue. Yeah. Purring away, so if you hear a kind of a funny in the background, it's little Jazzy here, purring away. She's so excited about main research questions and sub-questions that she can barely contain herself. And who can blame her? Because, as you know, main research questions really focus your study very well. But boy, the really exciting thing is the sub-questions. They're the things that really make you purr. Okay, what is a sub-question? A sub-question helps you identify what aspect of your topic you're really going to be looking at in this particular study, and that the sub-questions help you figure out what your data is and how you're going to collect it. Okay? Now, I told you that I gave you some examples, and I would like to share one of those with you right now. One of the examples that you're going to find in your assignment says, what is the impact? This is the main research question. What is the impact of a set of lessons in a comic curriculum on students' development of well-conceived characters that support the architecture of a visual narrative? Sounds really complicated, but basically what this person is asking is how comic curriculum impacts students' abilities to develop well-conceived characters that are related to the arc of a story. Okay? So that's what he's interested in. Well, so he was thinking, all right, now, so what am I going to actually study? Well, I'm actually studying how the curriculum impacts my students' abilities to develop a character. How does the curriculum impact their ability to develop a character that's connected to the story? So it's this character development. And he got to thinking, well, so what's going to help me understand character development? Well, he chose 3 different things. He thought the way that emotional content is implicated or is shown in the character is going to tell me a lot about that character in relationship to the story. So one of his first sub-question became, how is emotional content incorporated into the visual presence of the character? Now that term visual presence, he had to define that, not within his questions, but in his study. So, but that question, how is emotional content incorporated in the visual presence of the character, was a sub-question. When you think about that question, how is emotional content incorporated into the visual presence of the character, think, okay, so if I was looking at one student's character and I was looking at another student's character, and I'm thinking about this question, how is emotional content incorporated into the visual presence of the character, the thing that would be different between student A's character and student B's character would be the emotional content, right? I mean, their characters are going to look different, so this visual presence, the way they look, is also going to be different. But in terms of this question specifically, it's the way emotional content shows up in the character that's going to be different between student A and student B, right? So emotional content in this sub-question is the variable. Okay? Emotional content is the variable. The next sub-question that he developed, he was interested in how a student, he was working with high school students who have quite a bit of experience, so they've already developed a personal style, and he was wondering, well, so to what degree does the personal style that they're bringing with them impact the character development? So that's exactly what he asked. How does personal style impact character development? So once again, you think, okay, so if you're looking at student A's work and student B's work, what's going to be different? Well, their personal style. In terms of this question, the way their personal style shows up is what's going to be different. So once again, personal style is the variable. Sub-question 3 for this question was, how does the character's visual presence relate to the architecture of the story? How does the character's visual presence relate to the architecture of the story? So what's going to be different? Well, it's going to be the relationship between the way the character looks, their visual presence, and the story architecture. So that one's a little bit more complicated. It's the variable is the relationship between the character's visual presence and the story architecture. Okay, right, very good. Why is this important? Well, because on a very practical level, the IRB form is going to ask you to identify your variables. You're going to have to be able to do it. So, but the reason that they need to know that you know what your variables are is they want to know if you know exactly what you're looking for. That doesn't mean what you're looking for in terms of an outcome. They want to know if they know what kind of information you're trying to learn about, what kinds of things you're trying to learn about. It's the variables that are pointing to the aspects of your topic that you are trying to learn about. Next up, data.